The Buddha and the Harvest. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush green fields, the villagers eagerly awaited the harvest season. Their lives revolved around the rhythm of planting, growing, and harvesting crops. One year, the weather was particularly favorable, and the fields promised an abundant harvest. The villagers worked tirelessly, filled with anticipation for the bountiful yield. Among the villagers was a wise old farmer named Maha. He had seen many harvests in his lifetime and was respected for his deep understanding of the land. However, this year, Maha felt a sense of unease. Despite the promising fields, he noticed a growing sense of impatience and greed among the villagers. They were constantly worrying about their crops, fearing a sudden change in weather or a pest invasion. One day, news spread that the Buddha was visiting their village. The villagers gathered eagerly, hoping to receive blessings for their harvest. Maha, too, decided to seek the Buddha's wisdom to find peace for himself and his fellow villagers. When the Buddha arrived, he was greeted with great reverence. The villagers shared their concerns about the harvest, expressing their worries and anxieties. The Buddha listened patiently, then turned to Maha, sensing his deeper understanding of the land. Maha, the Buddha said, I see that you have cultivated your fields with care and wisdom. Tell me, what is the most important part of farming? Maha thought for a moment and replied, Revered one, the most important part of farming is the right effort. We must till the soil, plant the seeds, water the crops, and protect them from harm. Without these efforts, there would be no harvest. The Buddha smiled and nodded. Indeed, Maha. Just as you cultivate your fields, you must also cultivate your mind. Right effort is essential in both farming and in life. But tell me, what do you do after you have put in all the right effort? Maha answered, After we have done everything we can, we must wait patiently and trust in the natural process. We cannot control the weather or prevent every misfortune, but we must have faith in our efforts and accept whatever comes. The Buddha's eyes gleamed with approval. Exactly, Maha. This is the wisdom I wish to share with you all. Just as you cannot control the weather or the growth of your crops, you cannot control every aspect of your life. Once you have put in the right effort, you must let go of your worries and trust in the natural process. This is the way to true peace and happiness. The villagers listened intently, understanding the Buddha's teaching. They realized that their constant worrying and impatience were causing them more harm than any external threat. They needed to cultivate not just their fields, but also their minds, with patience and acceptance. Inspired by the Buddha's words, the villagers returned to their fields with a renewed sense of calm. They continued their work diligently but without the burden of constant worry. As the days passed, the harvest season arrived, and the fields yielded an abundant crop. The villagers rejoiced, not just for the bountiful harvest, but for the newfound wisdom that brought peace to their hearts. And so, the village thrived, both in prosperity and in spirit, carrying forward the Buddha's teaching of right effort and mindful acceptance.